I think it's time you heard the truth, Mrs. Reynolds.
The truth about what?
Miss Ferguson. She didn't bash Lou Kelly.
What do you mean?
The women framed her so they could get rid of her.
Have you known about this all the time?
I'm sorry. I could see the women's side, too. I had to wrestle with my conscience.
Well, now that you've come to terms with it, you'd better tell me everything.
I can't give you any names.
You don't have to. It's obvious who's involved.
200 over 130.
All right, let's leave it for a moment.
180 over 120. 120 over 90. Stable.
Pulse regular.
Fine, let's get on with it, shall we?
It was my idea, but I made the women go along with me. I was trying to help you. You lied to me. Right. If we can't work together, we'll do it by the book. As far as I'm concerned, I refuse to recognize you as spokesperson for the women. And if there are any more problems involving you, I will have you sent straight to Blackmore. Now get out! Jude, I really blew it this time.
Hi. You okay?
I've had better days.
Reno pretty mad, huh?
She wasn't exactly turning cartwheels. We had a talk. I told her it was my idea, so she can't blame any of you.
What about Anita?
What about her?
Well, if she hadn't bloody lagged on us, it would have worked.
It didn't work. That's what counts in the end.
Still, she lagged. Everyone's waiting to see what you're going to do about it.
That's for me to decide when the time comes.
Jones, still no answer.
Damn, where is she?
Copper?
Oh, thanks. I'm beginning to think this day will never end. Why isn't she answering? Try again. I think it's time we tried the hospitals.
I'd better see the surgeon.
I hope Joan's all right, for all our sakes. I've got every right to bitch. Once the freak gets back, she's gonna crack heads, and mine will be the first.
Anita!
You stinking, lagging bitch! You know what you've done to us, you!
Get back! I said get back! All she wants to do is talk to you! Get back or you'll all cop a charge!
She's got us into enough trouble already. We're not copping any more because of her. Now back off!
Please. Lacey. Please. All the things we learned together. You understand why
I don't know. No, I can't. The freak, we told you she could kill us now. If you could have just kept quiet.
I couldn't, don't you see? Please try to understand.
Haven't you said enough already? What do you want from us? Absolution?
They're releasing me now.
What?
I didn't want you thinking I was ashamed of what I'd done, or afraid to face you.
You put up your bail. The church?
Yes.
I thought you said you'd never let them do
I've
that.
got to do things their way. Learn humility.
You
I
learn?
belong.
That's a laugh.
I have to belong, Myra.
So the end justifies the means. That's exactly what I've been trying to tell you.
That's not true. Not if that means goes against everything you know to be right. I'm sorry, Myra. I tried to see things your way, but forgive me. I can't.
Forgive you? After what you're leaving us to face? No way. You've had your say. Now get out.
Lou, I wanted you to have this.
I won't with that. Shove it. You save your mumbo-jumbo for the kids.
I don't mean that.
You don't know nothing. You want to give me a present? Go fry in hell.
Shut up, Kelly. Don't say things like that.
Stuff off!
Time.
Lexi.
Selby! Tell me one thing. If you were offered the chance to get what you wanted, world peace, but in getting that, you had to hurt one person, what would you do?
I hope I'd have the strength to refuse. Goodbye.
I feel sick.
Don't worry, it's just the anesthetic. You'll be all right. The buzz is here if you need me. Oh, by the way, your friend rang. Said she'd come and see you later.
Friend,
Yes, Mrs. Reynolds. Nice lady.
don't want to see her.
Oh, but she's
I
coming.
don't want any visitors, especially from Wentworth.
But surely.
There's no one I want to see. Please, just let me rest.
Well, apparently she came through the operation all right, but she'll have to stay in hospital for a few more days. Anne's going to see her this afternoon. I'd go myself, but somehow I don't think I'd be very welcome.
Oh, bloody heck, what a turn-up. I actually feel sorry for Joan, would you believe? Joyce was the only one to give her the benefit of the doubt.
Yes, I know. And she seems to have her own problems at the moment. Di told me that she twice refused phone calls from Norm yesterday. And last night I tried to speak to her, but she was just so preoccupied.
You reckon her and Norm have got some trouble?
Well, something's worrying her, that's for sure.
Well, now's a chance to find out. Hello, Joyce.
What?
Hi, grab a coffee. I'm just off to do runs.
Have you heard about Joan?
Yes. Still, there's nothing we can do about that, is there? Oh, Joyce! Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, just can't seem to think straight.
Do you want to talk about it? I'm a good listener.
Mick, I'm so confused. I mean, I don't understand what's happening to me. Norm and I, we had such a good marriage.
What's Norm done?
Nothing. That's the whole trouble. Norm doesn't do anything. We don't go anywhere. We don't see anyone. We don't talk. I'm so bored I could scream.
Well, if you tried talking to him, I mean, he's an understanding man, isn't he?
Yes, he's understanding. And he's kind. And I feel so disloyal. I mean, if he beat me, if he got drunk, well, then I wouldn't feel so guilty. As it is, I just feel indifferent. What is going to happen to us when we're both older? When I'm retired? I mean, what are we going to do then?
Well, you'll have each other. I mean, it's not as though Norm's out chasing other women, is it?
Oh, of course not.
And you're not interested in anyone else?
I've never been unfaithful to Norm.
Well, then, things will work themselves out. You just got to give it time.
Yes, I suppose so.
Yeah, I know. You're beginning to think I'm a jinx. I come in, everyone else goes out.
Well, I wouldn't call that being a jinx. More like a good luck charm.
Oh, yeah, sure, except I'm still here.
Well, 6 months will fly. Wish I could say the same thing.
Hey, Mr. C, you need to get away, okay?
Yeah, she's gone. Just as well.
Don't make judgments, Mr. C. There's a lot you don't know.
If you're asking for sympathy, Myra, forget it. What you did was bloody madness. Mrs. Morrison, I trusted you, and you made fools out of us. Perhaps you'd like to know, Joan Ferguson has just undergone brain surgery to remove a blood clot. The woman was ill, Myra, and you used that.
I'd use it again if I had to.
Right. I reckon you would.
Hey, is Mrs. M really dirty on us?
Meg Morris cares about you lot. At the moment, she's trying to understand and give you the benefit of the doubt. But for the life of me, I can't think why.
I don't think we're his favourite people right now.
Don't worry, Lexi, it's me he's mad at. And he's got every right. They trusted me, and I lied to them.
Oh, Mrs. Morris will understand, won't she? She's a good sort.
Better than you know. She has been for as long as I've known her. And that goes way back to when I was inside with Bea. Her name was Jackson then. She'd had everything you'd want. Nice home, great kid, terrific husband. He was the prison shrink. Everything was perfect for her. I'd been released by then, and along came Frankie Doyle.
Frankie is up to something. Tell everybody to get ready. All right. Open the gates.
Satisfied? Have you got what you wanted?
God, who did it?
Another little charmer called Chrissy Latham. They caught her eventually. B. Smith made her confess.
Hell, what did Mrs. M do?
She had her moments. But according to the women, she coped okay. In here, anyway.
Geez, Mrs. M must have come down hard on that Latham bitch.
No, she didn't. Somehow, don't ask me how, she managed to forgive her. She even helped Chrissy when it looked like she was going to lose her kid. That's another story. No, you could count on the fingers of one hand the times that Mrs. M has come down hard on the women. And they've usually deserved it.
Like now, you mean?
Yeah. Like now.
And so I had to tell him the truth. Not just for you, but for myself. You trusted me. I had no right to betray that trust.
Seems as though I have to thank you again.
It's not necessary.
Strange, isn't it? They've tried so many times to get rid of me. Now it seems as though they've finally managed it. I can't see Fry backing down. And you know something? I don't think I even care enough to fight him over the dismissal.
Does your job really mean that much to you? Isn't it more important that you know you've got nothing to feel guilty about?
Perhaps. I'll need a little time to think about that one.
I brought you something to read. I thought it might help.
Saint Dismas.
He was one of the thieves who was crucified with Christ. He repented and was promised a seat at God's right hand.
Oh?
He's quite a character.
Is this meant to be symbolic?
It's meant to be comforting. He found his reward in heaven.
You think I might too? I'm not sure of anything anymore. You see, sister, I am what I am. I can't be someone else or something else.
Then be true to what you are, Miss Ferguson, and leave room for what you might become. I must go.
Sister, I owe you.
The women at Wentworth, if you go back there, please try to forgive them. Help them. I'll pray for both of us.
She reckoned she was getting to me, the stupid bitch. Well, she can go say her Hail Marys to some of the other poor suckers from now on. Why don't you cut out the verbal diarrhea, Callie? Oh, I didn't know you were such a fan of the lagging nun.
Oh, shut up, Lou. Do you always have to poke fun at anyone who's half decent?
Oh, well, excuse me, your ladyship. And since when did you sprout wings in a halo?
I wasn't talking about me. I was talking about Anita and, I don't know, people like Mrs. M.
Morris? Oh, don't make me laugh. She wants everyone to think she's Saint Meg. She's just another bloody screw.
That is not true.
Oh, break 'em, Lurch. Yeah? And what the bloody hell would you know about the past 6 years? You're out racing around playing PRGs. Morris is no better than the rest of the regular bastards. Vera, for example. Only we didn't call her that. No, it was Frankie that told her her name.
You calm down yet? Piss off. That's all you're capable of, isn't it? Filth. Let me out of here for 2 minutes and you'll find what I'm capable of. You're safe in here for the next 3 days, Doyle. Yes, well, you won't be safe when I get out. None of yous will. Any more trouble, we'll keep you in here for weeks. Oh, so what? You going to stand there all day and gloat? Bet you're dying for a cigarette. Yeah? Pity against regulations. Hey, I forgot to tell you. We got a new nickname for you. It's old B's idea. Want to know what it is? Vinegar Tits. Hey, how about that, eh? Vinegar Tits. You really are the most uncouth slut, Doyle. Oh, don't blame me, Vera. It's old B's idea. She thought it up. Did she indeed? Vinegar Tits.
Yeah, Vinegar Tits by name and nature.
Yeah, well, I still reckon Po-Face was worse than her.
Oh, come on.
Po-Face?
Colleen Powell, arch bitch.
She was hard, but she was fair.
Oh, she
pigs.
was hard, all right. But not like the freak. Remember those midnight walks she used to take?
Just remembered what I wanted to see you about, Lawson. Funny how things come to you in the middle of the night, isn't it?
Yeah, stomach aches, nightmares, and you.
Get back to sleep, Smith.
What do you want?
The note that was passed to you today, where is it?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Don't, Lawson, I'm not in the mood.
Haven't got it. I read it and threw it away.
Get it.
No, babe, don't touch her. It's just what she wants.
I just want the note, Lawson, that's all. Now face the wall.
There's no need for a body search, Ferguson.
We'll see.
Tell her where it is, love. Don't let her touch you. It's not worth it.
It's hidden in the pillowcase.
Face the wall.
You're sick, Ferguson. You don't give a damn about that note. She's told you where it is. Ferguson!
No, Don, it doesn't matter.
Here. Oh, Lawson, you could have saved us all that trouble. You're on a trafficking charge.
Well, it's nothing to what she'll do to us when she gets back this time. She'll kill us.
Oh, come off it. Use your head. She'd never get away with it.
Oh, don't bet on it. Bridges nearly got away with it. Right, Lurch? Oh, that bastard. He let us think he was helping us to escape, when all the time he was chopping the women up and stashing bits and pieces all over the place.
Yeah. Hey, and what about Jock Stewart?
Oh, the daddy of them all. Too bad your fat friend isn't here. She could give us the goods on him. He started out on poor Doreen. She didn't have a hope of standing up to him.
That's right. He was blackmailing her. And Sharon Gilmore, well, she was Judy's girlfriend. She overheard him.
And goodbye, Sharon. He was a clever bastard.
I'm going to walk right out of here, free as a bird. Forget the whole thing. But you're going to be locked up for a long, long time. Long enough to go start ravers. Shouldn't have done that, Brian. I was very, very naughty. You know, for that, I'm going to have to tell you the whole truth. You see, I did kill her. Yeah, I did. You want to know why? Because she overheard me heavying Anderson. And then the silly little slut thought she was going to blackmail me. So I stopped her on the landing. And I just put my hands round her throat. And I said to her, listen, how about giving us a wee kiss before I chuck you down the stairs? You should have heard her. She promised me everything. And then I said to her, sorry, kid, I'm just not in the mood. I gave her one hard shove. And you know something else? She made a sound when she hit the bottom. Sounded like one of those full hot water bottles.
That wasn't the end of him. He got hold of Brant on the outside. He stuck her in a brothel. What a joke, eh? Imagine a bloke paying to screw that type of lad.
Shut up, Kelly. He was a blackmailer and a murderer. He made Judy's life hell. He would have killed Judy if he'd had the chance.
You make too many bloody mistakes.
For God's sake. For God's sake, Bride, please help me. Please, I can't move.
Sharon couldn't move either. You remember Sharon, Jock? 'Cause I do. Well, this one's for Sharon. And Dor. And me. And all the women that you've bashed and hurt.
Please. At least call an ambulance, please. I can't move. Oh, please, I can't move. Oh, please, please. Oh, please, Brian. Please, I can't move. Please.
Good one. At least you got rid of the bastard.
Funny thing about bastards, you never really get rid of them.
That's right. We still got the freak to face. Haven't we, Desmond?
And what do you two think you're doing? Get back in there at once and finish cleaning up the dining room. The dishes haven't even been collected yet.
You haven't forgotten, have you?
Forgotten what?
Our suppers. Oh, you don't know how much difference these little evenings have made to me, Joyce. Mind you, I had a terrible time trying to smuggle in the ingredients without the girls asking questions.
I'm sorry, Mervyn. I can't stay for supper tonight.
But I've made the supreme duvelet. You liked it so much last time, and the asparagus, but hollandaise.
I'm just not hungry, and I'd be terrible company. I'm sorry you've been to so much trouble.
It's me, isn't it?
You?
I know I'm not witty or charming, and I don't blame you for not liking me.
Oh, but I do. I mean, oh, it's hard for me to know what I mean. Oh, everything's so topsy-turvy with Norm, and I feel so miserable, and then I come and see you, and it's...
Joycey, I'm so awkward with words. If I could only say it in a souffle,
Oh, Mervyn,
If
Mervyn,
there's
you
even
mustn't.
half a chance you care the way I care for you.
Oh, but I do care. Oh, I do. Oh, Mervyn, I'm sorry. I don't know what I mean. Oh.
Oh, bugger this for a joke. I'll have nightmares if we keep talking about all the creeps we've had in here.
Oh, come on. It's all right for you. You were here when it happened. Who were the other rotten screws?
Oh, they weren't all screws, love. There were some pretty mean bastards on this side of the bars, too.
Yeah, you should have seen Frankie. There was never a dull moment when she was around. She gave the screws a run for their money.
Oh, shut up, will you? Come on, girls. Muster.
Oh, Sally wants to see you, Miss Bennett.
What's wrong with her?
I don't know. She's just sitting in the corner of her cell.
By the way, you're moving to another dormitory. Get your things packed immediately after lunch.
Why are you moving me?
Why, indeed.
You can't move her.
We can do anything we like, Doyle.
I won't let you move her.
The decision's already made.
No! Doreen stays with me.
What's the matter? Scared of getting lonely at nights? Come on, out! Move!
Frankie?
Get out. Quick.
Doreen, stay with me!
You mean Frankie was a dyke like the freak?
Oh, geez, you catch on fast.
Trouble was, she couldn't stop herself from putting the hard word on people. Doreen finished up with her, but her heart wasn't really in it. It was Frankie that needed Doreen.
Doreen! Doreen! Can you hear me, darling? Doreen? Doreen? Can you hear me, love? Doreen! What? You love me, darling? Yeah. You miss me, darling? Doreen!
If she was the case, I'm glad she didn't fancy me. Oh, come off it, Lurch. Who'd fancy you?
Frankie was a sad, lonely kid. Karen Travers knew that. That's why she tried to get through to him.
Oh, come off it. Travers knew that Frankie fancied her. That's why she led her on. Little tease.
Who was Karen?
Oh, she was a bloody schoolmarm. She dripped enough syrup to give you diabetes. Gee, she had Frankie sucked in. She even taught her to read.
You reckon you're any better if you can read? Let's just say it comes in handy. Never thought so when I was little. Left school when I was 11. How'd you manage that? Dead easy. Mum and Dad couldn't give us stuff. Not that they were too keen on school anyway. Then I sort of had to stay home. Dad used to get on the sauce and come home and smash everything, including Mum and Gary. I'd have to protect them. Had a dirty great pick handle under the house. And when he got really bad, I'd go for the cops. True. Yeah. Well, there was no money coming in, so I had to go and get different jobs. Kind where they don't ask your age. Gary always went to school, but I'd give him a clip under the ear if he tried to wag it. Didn't the school check up on you? Nah. You know what they're like. Doyle's more trouble than she's worth. Really give them bastards a hard time. Looking down their noses at me and Gary. Teachers wouldn't feed them. I'm a teacher, Frankie. Yeah. She wound up in here. Yes, well... Bob and Jill go for a picnic by the... creek. Frankie, it starts with R. Look at the picture. River.
We had a file a mile long on Frankie at the PRG. Somehow I always thought she'd make it.
But she didn't, eh?
She got out. She and Doreen. Silly little fools, the both of them. Tried to knock over a bank.
The stupid bitch just shot through and left her, eh?
No, she didn't. In fact, it wasn't until then that Doreen realised how much Frankie meant to her.
I'm not leaving you, Frankie. You still got a chance. I'm not leaving. I've had it, Doreen. You can still make it. Bloody get out of here. I'll see you, Frankie. Now get the hell out of here. Bloody bastards!
Yeah, that was Frankie. She lived hard and fast and died young. Just the way she would have wanted it.
Pity there was no one to write that in her epitaph.
Listen, you young whippersnapper, you can call me Mrs. Birdsworth or Lizzie, but if you call me Bird Brain or Granny, I'll get me mate B on you.
She sounds like a real old dragon.
No way, she was a real hoot, and she even had booze hidden in the fire extinguisher.
Only the freak got Lizzie to tell her where it was, so that was the end of that.
You mean Fergo bashed an old lady?
Oh, no, she didn't have to. There was one sure way to get Lizzie to tell you anything. Get her rotten.
Over the old mill stream where I first met you. You know, I haven't felt like this since VE Day.
Hey, Lizzie, what's wrong? You in pain or something?
Bloody cheek.
Burnsworth, it's all right, Burns. Go back to sleep.
You know something? You're a bit of all right too, Miss Ferguson. My bloody oath you are.
Oh, it must be hard for you, Lizzie, not being able to get a drink in here. But you all laid in quite a supply a while back, didn't you?
Did we what? And you should have seen the poor old screws looking for it. They were looking everywhere, but we fooled them.
Did you?
Yeah, they gave up at the finish. And you know something? It was right under their noses in the old boiler in the boiler room.
She was a character, all right.
What'd she do in the first place?
She killed a bunch of shearers. She poisoned them.
Only she didn't.
She did poison them.
But she didn't kill him.
She got out after 20-odd years, got some compo too.
Yeah, but she blew it all on booze and got herself put back in again.
She got out again.
And back in again.
See, it was sort of, well, this place was like her home. All her mates were here. And sometimes she enjoyed herself.
Like at the Panto.
Yeah.
Remember, Lou?
How could I forget? I spent over a week helping them dig that bloody tunnel and then they wouldn't let me use it.
What's the tunnel got to do with the Panto?
The Great Escape. You see, they were going to go out through the tunnel while the fairy godmother was on, and of course, guess who that was?
I'm your fairy godmother.
I never knew I had a fairy godmother. Well, you have. Did I frighten you? No, not really. Drat, I'll never get to frighten anybody. Why is it you're
still
wearing
there. This rat will never get out of here.
Oh,
Just
having
act
a
natural.
bit of trouble with me fairy
You're lucky he might
godmother
go away.
test. Last time I had one, the examiner asked me to turn him into a charming prince, but I turned him into a frog.
is he angry?
I don't know, my cat ate it.
And Lizzie, being Lizzie, decided she had to escape.
Hey, Dor, I reckon this is where the old cellars are. Might be right there, Lizzie. Oh, keep your eyes peeled for any old bottles you see laying about. What's that? It's Bea.
Lizzie, you did tell her you were coming here, didn't you?
Well, there wasn't time, really.
Oh, Lizzie. Bea! Hey, Bea!
Yeah?
Down here, love. Watch that slippery there. That's right. Off this bit here.
Where is she?
Round the corner.
Lizzie, what do you think you're playing at?
I'm sorry, Bea. I didn't want Dor to go off by herself.
You silly old bugger, how long do you think she'd last with you hanging on? The cops will pick you up in 10 seconds flat. And bang will go your chances of ever being outside with your family.
Oh, I didn't think of that.
Come on, she's coming back with me. Come on, get going, you lot.
Thanks a lot, love. Look after yourself.
Didn't they? Oh, yeah. Lizzie is indestructible. Takes more than a cave-in to kill a little old lady with a bad heart.
Yeah. She's a funny old bugger. Yeah. Hey, remember when she went religious? Hey, what was the name of that salvo? Barton, wasn't it?
That's right. Heard all about that. She even worked the streets.
What?
Bashing a tambourine.
Let me hide myself with thee. Let the water and the blood from thy ribbons I flow.
Oh, they flow.
Not the laborers
clap for me.
can fulfill thy lordly man.
Gee, I wish I'd known her. Where is she now?
Well, she eventually got paroled to live with her son. The last I heard was a postcard from London. She finally got to see the world.
Oh, I'm glad everything turned out okay for her.
Yeah, me too. Good old Lizzie.
Queen Bee. Boy, did she fancy herself. Top dog, and I mean dog. The only thing she was a big-mouth basher.
If Bea heavied anyone, it was for a damn good reason.
Oh, she just liked to throw her weight around. And there was plenty of that, too.
Yeah, remember what she did to Lynn Warner? The kid was innocent, but Bea wouldn't believe her.
That's right. Now rub your hand over it, make sure you haven't got any wrinkles. Whatever made me do a silly thing like that? I must have been too busy thinking about that poor bloody kid you buried alive.
Yeah, that's what must have happened, Bea.
Poor kid was scared to death.
So Bea was wrong once.
Oh, she was a stupid bitch. She got out and she could have stayed out, too, if she hadn't blown it.
She had scores to settle. She knew exactly what she was going to do. First of all, she went to visit her daughter's grave. That kid meant the world to her.
What am I going to do, Mum?
Talk to your father.
He's kicked me out, Mum. He brought some woman home about 2 months ago and told me to get out.
Oh, you need help, Debbie. Someone has got to help.
I wanted you to help me, Mum. I wanted you.
And then she went home, where her husband was living with his girlfriend.
When the hell did you get out?
Yesterday.
You needn't think you're coming back here.
I don't want to come back. I just brought you a present.
Okay, I'll give you that one. The bastard deserved it.
So did plenty of others.
Like who?
Nola, for one.
Bea killed her too? I thought she was supposed to help the women.
She did, love. She improved conditions here, kept drugs out, even started a newspaper. When she had to heavy someone, she didn't enjoy it, but the women understood. At the time that young Maxie teamed up with the freak, Bea had to teach her a lesson. She gave her a good thumping, but Maxie still loved her.
Do you want a coffee, Bea? I made you one.
Look, let's get something straight. I'm not sorry for what I did. I'm just sorry it had to be a mate, that's all.
Yeah, well, I'm not complaining. Probably would have done the same thing if I'd been in your shoes. Just didn't think, that's all. Nola said we may as well use the freak, so I just went along with it. And I'm sorry. Real sorry.
Thanks. I'll take you to the rec room. Look after her, Lizzie.
The freak wanted Bea out so badly. It was only a matter of time before she succeeded.
Oh, you were set up, by the way, Smith, but then I suppose you've already realised that. Now, where was I? Oh, yes. Stevens will be looking after the drugs. I might even set up a fund if we make too much money. I could name it after your daughter, the Debbie Smith Fund for Hopeless Health! No blood. Oh, what a pity. Still, bruising should be enough.
And she was right. That fight did the trick. The freak finally got rid of Bea.
Tell me what's going on!
Stay where you are, Birdsworth.
Oh, but you can't take her away from me. She's the only mate I've got.
Go on, Smith.
I swear to
Don't
God,
look
Fergus,
round.
I'm going to get
You're
you one of
finished,
these.
Smith.
I
I
don't
said
know
I'd
how
get
yet, but I'll get back.
one
I'll
way or
kill
another,
you.
and
They can't keep me in Barnhurst while you're still alive.
Sooner or later, I had to win. Now go through to reception, Smith. They're waiting for you. Don't look round, just go.
I went to see her a couple of times in Barnhurst. Still Queen Bee. Snaps her fingers, everyone jumps. Tell you one thing, though. This place was special to her. She wanted to know about Lizzie and Jude and all the rest of them. You too, Kelly. That was the thing about Bea. She cared. That's what made her special.
At last. Well, see you tomorrow. Have fun. Meg, I wasn't sure I'd catch you. Friday's call. There's been a riot at Barnhurst. Oh, no. One block's been completely burned out. It's just a shambles. They're transferring prisoners wherever they can find room. Our batch will be arriving in the morning. Is anyone hurt? One officer dead, 3 injured. Vera's in hospital. We're not sure how bad yet. Oh, my God. What about the prisoners? 3 burnt to death. One of them was Bea Smith.
He used to give me roses. I wish he could again. But that was on the outside, and things were different then. On the inside, the sun still shines, and the rain falls down. But the sun and rain are prisoners too when morning comes around. Last night I dreamed we were together, sharing all the love we'd known, till I had to face the nightmare.